we're going to go ahead and get started. So I just want to say thank you for joining us this morning. I hope everyone is doing well. This is our e-commerce pop-up training session where our finance team is going to cover some important topics that will really just help ensure that you're submitting dues payments to C.A.R. correctly. I know this is that time of the year where local associations have started sending out their 2026 dues billing statements, or you're in the process of getting your paper bills and online portals reviewed so that you can send out your statements to your members, right? And so our finance team has already started receiving 2026 payments, and they've already come across some issues with some of the data and the payments. And so these pop-up training sessions help us resolve these issues early on in the process so that it doesn't become, a bigger issue as we continue to submit payments through e-commerce, right? And so today, you're going to hear from Jamie Black from our finance team. She is such an amazing person. I truly enjoy working with her, and I hope you all feel the same way as well. She is going to go through her slides and then take your questions at the end of the presentation. And so during the Q&A session, you can raise your hand and come off mute to get your questions answered. Or if you feel more comfortable putting your questions in the chat, we'll still make sure that you get your questions answered at the end of today's presentation. And so at this time, I am going to turn it over to Jamie.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending. Hold on, let me get the slideshow started. Here we go.
Perfect.
Hey, welcome to this 2026 e-commerce pop-up training session. Thank you, Keesman. I'm Jamie Black with the C.A.R. finance team, and we're so glad you could join us today. Our goal is to make sure your association has everything you need to stay compliant, accurate, and set up for smooth e-commerce processing of payments and dues. We'll go over a few recurring topics like the importance of billing years for EFTs and your membership management system e-commerce processing, and look at some problem areas like missing billing years and staff payments. And I'll show you preferred payment type codes and some miscellaneous best practices, and then some campaign law reminders and what's required for brokers paying on behalf of others. And we'll wrap up with where to find resources and your contacts in C.A.R. Finance. And we'll be open for questions at the end. So when e-commerce data flows in, the first fork in the road is at billing year. So right now we are working on 2025 and 2026 at the same time, and every transaction needs to indicate whether 2025 or 2026. Therefore, it's important to not combine more than one billing year in a single e-commerce transaction. So if you have 2025 and 2026 e-commerce payments to send via an EFT, you must break them into two transmittals. And in the comment field, lead with the billing year. So there are some examples of EFT comments, and go ahead and put like 2025 or 2026. So lead with the billing year. And these are examples. You'll recognize these from sending EFTs. These are the EFT receipts. And down at the bottom, you'll see these are two separate transmittals, and there's one for 2025 and 2026 with clearly it says the billing year, leading with the billing year in the comment. And then also, I just want to remind you to watch what bank you send EFTs to. The banks, remember that bank 1 is for dues, new member fees, late fees, bank 2 for RAF, and bank 3 for HAF. And there's a video that shows how to send EFTs to the correct banks. And you can find it on YouTube by searching how to submit EFT payments in NAR e-commerce. And I can also send you the link to just shoot me an email and I'll send you the link. And a finance team member will alert you if something is sent to the wrong bank and advise how to resolve. It's likely that we will refund your association and ask you to send it to the correct bank. And billing years with regard to your membership management system payments, again, do not combine more than one billing year in a single transaction. And members paying online and joining in December 2025, then they might want to pay for their 2026 renewal at the same time. But the e-commerce that we receive must be in 2 separate transactions with the correct billing year along with the amount. We cannot accept combined 2025 and 2026 payments through e-commerce. And if you find that that's happening in your e-commerce files, you can ask your membership management vendor to resolve if you're having those combined billing years. And we will tell you if you're getting combined payments coming through e-commerce. Something that's been happening with billing years in the file for e-commerce, it's happening mostly in Bank 2 for RAF. And we will contact you to tell you if you have blank billing years coming through in the file. There's a picture there of the raw data file from e-commerce. And you can see in that blue box there are some that have no billing year. So that's what's happening is we're receiving e-commerce sometimes with no billing year. And we will contact you if that's happening for your data. So also something to watch out for is C.A.R does not accept partial payments that result from payment plans. We have to receive the full dues, prorated dues, new member fees and late fees, and the full amounts. Those are the only amounts that are acceptable. And a reminder that e-commerce payments and M1 records must always match, and they must all the transmittals must be for the full dues, prorated dues, new member fees, or late fees. And then here's the proration schedule. This can be found online in the AE resources, but you can see there's a renewing membership and new membership schedule. And these are our favorite payment type codes. There are others that will work, but these are the standard and you can't go wrong with these. Be careful when you type the payment type codes in the setup in your membership management system. If an invalid payment type code attempts to process, you will end up having to enter a negative record in M1 and a positive record with the correct code. And if you made a typo when setting it up for 2026, that could end up being a lot of manual entry in M1 to fix that. So just be careful when you type the payment type codes. Something else to watch out for is staff payments. Sometimes we receive an e-commerce payment and it has a staff member's name. You can see there that Keysman has some staff payments, and you are not in compliance if your payment via e-commerce is populated with a staff member's name. And we will contact you when that happens. And you might need to have your vendor resolve that for you. Some best practices for compliance with campaign laws and to receive your local PAC funds. Transmit e-commerce and M1 files on the same day. Send EFT details to C.A.R. Finance on the same day. Respond promptly to emails regarding e-commerce issues. And respond to emails with reconciliation reports by the due dates. for e-commerce issues such as missing billing years or wrong billing years, we will send you an email. But on those, we need to know right away. Um, um, we will ask you for information like what is the billing year for this transaction, and we need to know right away because that clogs up the flow of the data in the e-commerce for on our end. And some campaign law requirements. By the 1st and 16th of each month, all local associations must submit to C.A.R. all state dues, new member fees, allocations, and assessments. And another reminder, M1 financial records and e-commerce payment records must always match. Now, we've been getting a lot of questions about paying dues for other members. It is not allowed. Political contributions must be reported under the actual payer's name. And members cannot pay or reimburse for another member's RAA or RAF portion. If another person paid the political portion, it must be opted over to the general fund. And you can contact Sydney in the finance department if that happens. Can my spouse or my brother pay my dues for me? Each individual must approve and make their own payment. But a spouse can pay from a joint account if both are authorized. And each payment must be a separate transaction, include the name and member ID, and be individually tracked in M1 and e-commerce. Can a broker or team leader pay dues for their agents? Since dues include political contributions, brokers can't make those payments for their agents or cover their RAA or RAF amounts. Each payment must be made and recorded in the agent's own name. But hold on, the good part is coming up because there's an exception. The broker commission set aside. It's allowed only if funds come from the agent's own earnings. The broker must have a signed authorization from the agent. They must transmit funds immediately after receiving authorization and keep a certified form, Exhibit A. I'll show that on the next slide, confirming agent approval. And if not properly authorized, funds are opted over to non-PAC purposes. And this is the exhibit, and I'll show you where to find this on C.A.R.org. I'm not going to read this form, but it's here so if you go to the C.A.R dues billing compliance and resources, this is under AE resources. And down in you'll see frequently asked questions, and see that blue link right there. It's in that document, and it's at the end of that document there. So that's where you find the exhibit. And the C.A.R finance team, just to remind you, we provide support and assist your association in maintaining compliance with campaign laws by comparing M1 and e-commerce payment records, identifying discrepancies and missing information, and alerting you with reconciliation reports. And some possible reconciliation discrepancies that you might get notified of are missing M1 records, or missing e-commerce payments, or mismatched records where M1 and e-commerce are not in the same amount. And again, we send you reconciliation reports to alert you to the discrepancies, and we'll tell you how to fix them too. And the finance membership team is Sydney, Jamie, and Harry. Most everyone has heard from one of us, but contact us anytime if you have any questions or need any support. And before we close out today's session, I just want to take a quick moment and thank you all for joining us. And we know these finance and e-commerce details can be a lot to keep track of, but your attention to them really makes a difference. Everything we've talked about today, from billing years and EFT comments to campaign law compliance, helps ensure that your association's reporting stays accurate and that every member's political contribution is properly handled. Our finance team truly appreciates the time and care you put into this work. And remember, if questions come up after today, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can contact Sydney, Harry, or me anytime, and we're happy to walk through an example, review a report, or just help clarify a situation. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And with that, let's go ahead and see if anyone has any questions.
Thank you, Jamie. If anyone has any questions, you can either raise your hand or you can come off the mic. Go ahead, Gianna.
About the compliance, the law for the political, it's very hard to have control of who's paying. If the husband is paying for the wife, we don't have any control, or things like that. So what do you do?
Yeah, I know what you mean. We can tell, like in e-commerce, if you look at e-commerce and you see like two payments come in together, like you'll see an e-commerce transaction for two payments, and that's often a husband and wife or relatives, someone paying for someone else. You can that's the way we can spot them, and we will ask about them just to see what's happening there. But every individual should have their own payment. And I understand that it's difficult, but when you are aware of them, go ahead and tell Sydney, who does the optovers, or contact the member and tell them that they need to make their own payments. If we spread the word, I think that will help too.
Yeah, and then how about is individual payment, but it's paid by the husband? Individual, not both of them. We cannot spot the husband pay, right? So
as long as the payment comes in for each member separately, like the husband's payment and the wife's payment, and it can be from the same account. If they share a joint account or a joint credit card, that's okay. But again, I know what you mean. We wouldn't know if the husband is logging in and paying for the wife. But we do need to see a separate transaction for each of them.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I have a quick question.
Hi, Eddie.
You had mentioned in the EFTs for the e-commerce transfers, that has to be on the 1st and on the 16th. If the 1st and the 16th falls on a weekend, we're capable of making that transfer after the fact, or does it specifically have to be on those specific dates?
It doesn't have to be those specific dates, just by the 1st and by the 16th. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Specifically, when I send out the money, obviously if it lands on the 1st on a weekend, then it'll be that Monday.
Yeah.
Monday. Okay. As long as there's no strict rules that won't allow you, just make sure that it gets sent out, basically.
Yeah, try to do it like the Friday before.
Okay, so you can send it ahead of time.
Yeah. Oh, yes, you can. Yes.
Yeah, this is
Gotcha.
Eddie. To answer your question, I'm from the finance team. Actually, the legal department require that. You had a good question. If it falls on the weekend, you have to make that submit the payment or record before the weekend. This is required by the legal department. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Any other questions?
There's a question in the chat. Right now, Rapatoni is not able to successfully transmit payment records to M1. Is there a workaround?
Oh, is something wrong with Rapatoni, with your Rapatoni right now, where it's not transmitting? Is that what it is?
Whoever asked that question, if you don't mind coming off mute.
Hi, this is Ginger from Bakersfield
Hey,
Association.
Ginger.
Yes, we're getting error messages, and my understanding is all Rapatoni customers are having the same issues right now. Yeah, I'm seeing it pop up in the chat. Their programmers are working on it, but no records are going through. I think at this point in time, if there isn't a workaround, are we manually uploading all of these records?
Yeah. Do you know, Keisman?
Yeah, no, this is the first that I'm hearing of that, but I don't believe we're going to require the associations to manually upload any records to M1. I think we just need to make sure that our legal team is aware that there is an issue with Rapatoni. It sounds like Rapatoni is trying to resolve the issue, and so
Yeah,
I'm
with
pretty
their
sure.
recent update, they had problems, so.
Got it. Got it. I'm pretty sure they will have the issue resolved shortly.
I don't like updates. Something happens every time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions in the chat, Sandra? Oh, Laura, I see you.
This is Angelina with C.A.R. Sorry if my name's popping up. No, oh, it is coming up as Laura. Sorry, Laura. We're dealing with the same thing with Rapatoni, so I just wanted to check in real quick because it has been about 2 weeks. And so we did receive an email from Sydney with a deadline of the 21st. So I just want to make sure we're like all on the same page. We followed up with Rapatoni near daily, and there really hasn't been any movement there. So do you want us to let Sydney know? Will you guys communicate that through the team? I just want to be clear.
I mean, and to be honest with you, this is the first that I'm hearing of this. Usually we get some type of communication from Rapatoni letting us know that there is an issue. And so we'll just continue to monitor this issue as well. But I will say also keep in touch with Sydney so that she's aware, because you may find out that the issue has been resolved before, I do. And so letting her know, that means that she can expect financial records coming from all the other Rapatoni customers. But at this point, I don't believe that we're going to require associations to manually upload any records to M1. But we will also make sure that we communicate with our legal department so that they are aware of the issue. If they have any feedback after we provide that information that we need to share with all of the Rapatoni customers, then we will get a communication out to the Rapatoni customers.
Okay, perfect. So we'll just let Sydney know because we got that notice through our AE earlier today or last night. So we'll just let Sydney know that we spoke with both you, Jamie and Keisman. So any questions, please ask. We've been on top of it for a couple weeks now, so happy to communicate if you guys need anything.
Yes.
Yeah. I just like to add on something. This is Shu Yin again, and thank you for bringing this to our attention. We had no idea. We've been sending out a reconciliation report, but thank you for bringing this up, and it will be helpful if you, Rapatoni Association, email back to us, tell us that, okay, this is an issue with Rapatoni. So we will stop sending out the reconciliation report and then you inform us when it is working so we can continue this reconciliation report. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'd just like to add, Sydney here, if you ever run into any kind of issue like that, it's just best practice to just email us and let us know, and we'll work with you, and we're understanding. Just let us know so we're not in the dark or, we're getting ignored. Like, just let us know and we'll be there to help you.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you.
There's another one on the chat says, when we send out the payment on e-commerce, can automatically send you the reconciliation report to the finance department.
Yes, yes, or whenever you send an EFT, you send the details to the finance department or your CASPIN report for EFTs.
Any other questions?
Did the EFT deadlines change from the 1st to 16? Yes, it used to be the 15th and the last day of the month, but it was just recently changed to the 1st and the 16th of the month. No more questions.
That's it. I'm just going to give everybody at least 10 seconds just in case someone wants to come off mic and ask a question.
Quick question, quick follow-up on the
Yeah, absolutely.
change from the 1st and the 16th. Is that taking effect for the 2026, or is that as of now for 2025 dues as well for the remainder of the year? Because it was from the 15th to the 15th and the last day of the month, but now it's from the 1st and the 16th. So I'm just curious if that's including for just the start of 2026, or is that current as we speak?
I think that it's okay to just start doing everything the 1st and the 16th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. This should apply to 2025 dues and also 2026. I think it's just a best practice. We always should follow the rule, like to send everything the 1st and the 16th whenever you receive e-commerce and the M1 record, both 2025 record and 2026.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
And I have a question.
Yes.
So so already has some packed money. I can send the money, but it won't be M1 until we transmit it. After I use Rapatoni too until we resolve with Rapatoni. So should I send the money even though it's not in M1?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
But it won't match, right?
It won't match, but it will when Rapatoni starts working again and you can send up the files.
Yeah, because for the campaign law, you have to submit the money once you receive it. Yeah.
But we have also 2 weeks, right, after we receive the money.
Right, by the 1st and the 16th, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a great question. All right, is that it? All right, well, the good news is if you have any questions after this training session is over, please feel free to reach out to Jamie or Sydney. They are definitely available to assist you. And I just want to say thank you for attending this event this morning. We are going to send out we actually recorded the training session. So that training session is actually going to go out to all attendees. And if anyone wasn't able to attend, we're also going to make sure that this training session gets sent out to everyone. So again, we want to wish you a great day and a great weekend. And we will talk to you soon. All right. Have a great day, everybody.